On August 7, 1996, NASA scientists presented a rock which had miraculously found its way to Earth from Mars, and which contained verifiable evidence of microbial life forms on Mars. This discovery provided proof that aliens existed at some point in time within our very own solar system. And some theorists believe that there is not only evidence of microbial life forms on Mars, but evidence of ancient alien civilization and colonization of our solar system. Perhaps this is simply conspiracy, but since scientists have confirmed the presence of prior microbial life on Mars, strange and fantastical possibilities begin to emerge. We need to expand the scope of how we perceive our universe, make it as vast as the reach of the stars, and really the fact of the matter is we don't know for sure what exactly exists in our own solar system, let alone what exists beyond it. Hi, I'm Alice Zorn. I'm a mechanical engineering major pursuing a career in aerospace. And today I'm going to talk to you about space exploration and our imperative to invest time and funds into such projects. Opportunities for space travel are at an all-time low. The problem we are currently facing is that NASA's budget for space exploration simply pales in comparison to the budgets of other departments, such as the Department of Defense, Health and Human Services, Veterans Administration, Education, and Homeland Security. And according to a study conducted by The Guardian in 2016, the budget for space exploration has progressively decreased since 1966. It was at an all-time high of 4.41% of the national budget. Now we are down to only 0.5%. It comes as no surprise, too, that in 1969, around the time that the budget was at an all-time high, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. And at the same time of the moon landing, our public culture was thriving. We've all heard Neil Armstrong's famous quote, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." But this quote accurately portrays the global mentality following the moon landing. It was not simply a goal achieved by the US, but it was an international achievement. NASA reports that 530 million people from all corners of the world tuned in to watch history being made. That nations put aside their differences to acknowledge and admire the sheer technological and scientific brilliance of the mission. NASA and its success unified our nation as well as the world. But this sense of global pride seems to have diminished throughout the years. Considering our current state of national and global affairs, it seems that space exploration is needed to unify the population in the pursuit of knowledge and adventure. Logistically, too, space exploration will solve our global issue of overpopulation. As of now, the world's population is about 7.8 billion. According to the United Nations, however, this number is expected to drastically increase over the next few years, reaching as much as 9.7 billion people by 2050 and over 11 billion by 2100. Many believe this estimate to be far over the carrying capacity of the Earth. Although many have proposed ways we can attempt to solve this global issue, make birth control more available, or tax those who have over a certain amount of children, space exploration offers a more robust solution. With more funding and support, NASA could begin to colonize Mars as well as other moons and planets in our solar system, ultimately dividing the global population and decreasing that of Earth. NASA is feverishly working to achieve these goals, and they have already announced ambitious plans to establish a lunar outpost in which they will send ships off to Mars. They even project to have a person on Mars by 2040, but this estimate relies heavily on their ability to refine and perfect the technology required to sustain and transport a human 33.9 million miles in space. They simply need more funding to do so. The call for an increase in funding for space travel does beg the question, though. Why should we focus on expanding our global culture through space travel when we have so many domestic issues? Our global culture is very much distorted by systematized racism and sexism, poverty and immigration issues, and we also have many concerns with regard to climate change. These issues seem to be infinitely more pressing than the concept of space travel and feeding that curiosity. However, a report by the Space Foundation estimates that in 2005, projects concerning space research and exploration contributed $180 billion to the economy, 60% of which came from selling commercial goods relating to space technology. That means for each dollar spent by NASA, or any other department within the scope of space economy, there is a $10 economic benefit. Economic booms afford the perfect climate for social change. Looking back to the 1950s when the post-war U.S. economy was booming, efforts to obtain social justice were heavily supported. The civil rights movement was born out of the 50s. People of color made large steps towards equality because they were able to highlight the apparent parallels between race and socioeconomic status, providing the essential evidence for their claims of injustice. If space exploration affords economic growth, then it also provides an environment for social justice. Perhaps then, to solve our domestic issues, we must look to the far reaches of outer space and beyond. Space has the potential to solve our global issues, and it also has the capacity to unite nations in the pursuit of knowledge. It is indeed intriguing to consider what the universe has yet to unfold. So I call for a break of the final frontier, for an increase in support and funding for space exploration so that we can finally uncover the secrets of our universe and work to mend our socio-political troubles. Thank you.